Hi, welcome back to my reload bench. So I was digging around in some of my reload stuff, and I had it in a big plastic box, and I decided to get it out and move it over to my other reload bench. I keep going back and forth, and it just isn't worth storing right now. What I need to do is organize both benches more. You can see this one's cluttered, the other one's even worse. Anyhow, bottom of the box I found this. I probably bought this when I first got into reloading. It's Frankford Arsenal. It is their digital calipers. I have a model number, auto power off digital caliper. So, no model number. Okay, well, how many different kinds could they possibly have? So here they are, and the battery's already in it, and it's dead. So that could be from storage or whatnot, but I don't remember. And by the way, it comes with a spare battery. I don't remember if I stopped using these because they weren't working right, or I'm really not sure why I've got these and I don't use them. Because all the calipers that you get, I don't care what brand it is, they're pretty much all made in China or Japan. Some of the ones that are made in Japan are pretty high-end. The Mitutoyos are pretty good stuff. Machinists use those. Eventually, I'd like to have a set of those. I've got an old, I've got it over here, Starrett. These are 20 years old. This just finally just crapped out, and it wasn't worth getting repaired if they even allow that. But Starrett makes a pretty good one, and I don't use them at work very often, but I'm just wondering if this thing works. So the first thing I'm going to do to test it is I'm going to go ahead and put an Energizer battery in it, a good quality American-made battery. Energizer makes some good stuff. So let's go ahead and let's put the battery in. Oh, the display comes right on. Now, if you want to use the batteries that come with your caliper when you get it, that's your choice. I usually replace them with Energizers right away. So let's just see what was up with this thing. Off, on, 0. Let's go ahead and measure a case. Let's get one here that the primer's not sticking out of. Okay, that's millimeters. How about if we switch it to inches? Maybe that's why I didn't keep them. Millimeter. Here we go. Blue button on a blue background. Of course, naturally. Inches. There we go. 1.750. So let's compare them. Compare this with the Lyman, which I know is good. Turn the Lyman on. For all I know, these are made in the same factory. 1.753, 1.751, 1.750. Yeah, it looks pretty good. 0.751. 1.749. Now the display is a little bit sensitive to power. I'd say maybe I didn't use these because this is a little bit too sensitive here. It zonks out and goes back to millimeters. So what if I take something and put it in there? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take one of these circles from the back of this Energizer package. I'm going to place it in there. I might need to trim it down. Let's trim it down a little bit. And drop tape. So what I'm going to try to do is use a thin piece of cardboard as a spacer. There's nothing on the back side of this. It doesn't have to make contact with metal there. A thin piece of cardboard as a spacer, and see if that will hold it in place. Because it looks like every time the power goes off, it automatically goes to millimeters. And I mean, let's face it, nobody uses the metric system anymore. So I want to be able to do my measurements in inches like a normal person. on. Yes, it does. There we go. So now it's on, and if I push on it, you really shouldn't do this with calibrated equipment, but why not? We'll give it the old drop test. So let's reset it, blue on blue again, to inches. Now everything looks normal, right? Let's measure this again. Let's measure this one. 1.753. 1.751. Try it again. 1.748. As you spin it around, you're going to get a little bit slight variation here. 1.747. Still zeroed. 1.749. And now if I set it down on the case like that and it goes out, that's a problem. But looks like I put these away because anytime I set them down it would zonk out because there was just a little bit of gap in that battery door. But using a thin piece of cardboard, they're back in action. And it's got a new Energizer battery, so I know it's going to work. It's going to last for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and use this caliper to do my reloads tonight. And if everything works good, I'll have 2 sets of digital calipers that I can use. It's always good to have a backup. Eventually I'd like to get some analog calipers. But there you go. Frankford Arsenal calipers in storage for who knows how long, a couple years. New battery and a piece of cardboard, and we're back in action. Thanks for watching.
2017, and now, here's the change. Original purchasers of a Taurus firearm covered by a 1-year warranty will be pleased to learn that their firearm will be covered under the new limited lifetime warranty.
So, I was doing some reloading while listening in on a Travis P11 video, and I left these open, and I wanted to see if they shut off, and they did. So the auto shut-off feature seems to be working. I've been measuring these cartridges after I've crimped them, and everything seems to be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and call these digital calipers serviceable. Thanks for watching.